Hi, everybody. This is Vince Gilligan, co-showrunner of Better Call Saul, and this is episode 6 entitled 5-0. And I am here with...
Dave Porter, series composer.
Hey, I'm Kelley Dixon. I'm the editor.
I'm Tony Fanning. I'm the production designer.
I'm Gordon Smith, and I wrote this episode.
I'm Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks. This is this episode. I'm clapping already for Jonathan Banks. I figure people listening to this have seen this episode already, and they know how goddamn good it is and how great Mr. Banks is. And there he is, arriving. So what's the story here, Gordon?
This was sort of our attempt to do a combination of Bad Day at Black Rock, the great opening of Bad Day at Black Rock, and there's a little bit of Once Upon a Time in the West in there for me as well.
And hats off to the rail runner, the train that runs between Santa Fe and then Albuquerque and Point South. They were very nice to us and let us use their train, which is a good way to get between those points. So
but that opening shot is such a great shot in the distance coming down the tracks.
That opening shot, which is a great shot, is actually a piece of stock. Where'd you guys find that, Kelley? It
was Sony Stock Library, I believe.
Wow, and it is. I don't know where it came from, but it is a great shot, which we did not get.
And Chris McCaleb did some magic to kind of line up the vanishing points on the stuff that we shot and the stuff that they did, so that we could make that transition really nice.
It is a very nice transition between that first shot and the second shot, which was gotten by us. Adam Bernstein directed this episode, just the hell out of it. He is so...
Yeah, he's great.
Second most prolific Breaking Bad director after Michelle McLaren. And
Where do you fall in that, though, Vince?
I fall much further down the list, probably after Colin Buxey and after probably Terry McDonough. I think I wound up doing 5 or 6 of them in total. I love this bit. So is this the real train station now?
Yeah, this is the real train station, the real bathrooms.
Did the ladies' room have one of these machines?
No, actually, we put that in. Mark Hansen again, the brilliant Mark Hansen, and getting all of this to work and be in the right spot for the camera was pretty tight quarters in there.
Is it really 25 cents?
Never had one.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Now, when I'm in here, I can tell you this. My son works as a PA on the camera crew. And trying to put this thing on and rip it off and whatever. Anyway, at some point when I was putting this on, I couldn't get it to stick. I can't remember quite what it was. But I went, God damn it. And not much more than that as I recall. But after I finished shooting it, my son came over, who tries to avoid me terribly so that no one will ever know that we're related. And
I do that too.
Yeah, I know. He came over to me and he said, "You misbehaved." I went, "Yeah, all right, okay." Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Kat Bardot, who did the lovely makeup artist who did that really nasty looking gunshot wound. What were you going to say, Gordon?
I was going to say shout out to Tony, too, because we went from the actual practical location to the close work was all done on stage.
Oh.
So we built that set, right?
Nice.
Yeah, that's correct.
Here's yet another one of our rotating openings with different video. That's a fun one. Peter Gould shot that one, I think on the last day of shooting for the season. And this is, Gordon, what we talked about in the writer's room before you wrote this. This was almost like a little visual shout-out to the shot in way back in Breaking Bad with the...
307?
Yeah, one of
the little twins?
The
little
twin cousins.
Yeah.
And there's also the last time we saw Mike, I believe in Tom's episode, he's pushing Kelley in that similar way. So it's sort of a combination of those two shots.
Because you wouldn't shout out really to the cousins so much as Kelley. The last time Mike sees Kelley.
Well, but it's the visual style is what you're talking about on 307.
But it really is, like you guys said, it really is about the last time Mike sees Kelley, which was a wonderful episode.
I love this depressing backyard.
What's wrong with that backyard?
It was actually,
I know when we were talking about this in our
more
sound
depressing,
spotting, we talked a lot about how to make it sound, how it looks.
Good point.
Yeah,
Good
as,
point.
As Tony was saying, though, it was bleak.
It was bleak.
Worse.
Actually,
it was far worse.
we watered the grass and put grass in to kind
you?
of dress it up a little bit because it was truly bleak.
It was worse. Carrie,
I'm sure lovely people live there.
This actress speaks with such a thick Irish brogue when she's just having a conversation. And not only is she so good, this girl was a jockey. And when they did the Luck, was that
Luck,
what it was called?
Michael Mann and
And
David Milch show Luck.
They lost horses out there at Santa Anita, but she was riding the racehorses.
Was she really riding?
Yeah.
Wow. She's an excellent actress. I hate to admit it, I have not met her because I'm usually 800 miles away from the set here in Los Angeles. Is she, what's she like?
She's wonderful.
Nice.
I mean, and you know what? It was one of those things where all through this episode, she's the one that's pressing me. And yeah, I thought she was terrific.
She's wonderful. And talk about the look here, Gordon. This is a flashback. This is, how long ago is it from the current events of Better Call Saul?
Gosh, I think it's
6
about
months?
6 months. Yeah.
And we do this bleach bypass treatment. We still call it bleach bypass. There's no bleach involved. That's back when it was the old photochemical film days, which I miss dearly. This is all digital, but this look emulates the old bleach bypass look. But it's to help differentiate that this is the past, 6 months in the past, instead of Better Call Saul's present, which we're going to cut to here in a scene or two.
You're going to hear me say this again as we go through but right there, Mr. Gordon Smith.
Yay!
Hey.
What a love letter of a script he wrote, and I was allowed to play.
I just got very lucky with how we kind of knew this was coming down the pike, and when it started to seem like I was going to be the one that landed with this material, I was just hoping that I could live up to it.
And you sure did, my friend. I thought you were going to fuck it up.
I know.
I really did.
Yeah, that was what the bet was.
That's what the bet was.
You're definitely set up to fail.
The good money was on that, so.
You lost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
Way to prove him wrong.
He was angry. He was really angry.
What was he saying?
I couldn't.
Yeah, like you were saying a minute ago, Dave, helping sell the neighborhood with Nick Forshager and his sound crew doing a great job helping sell the little bit of a down at the heels feel of the neighborhood with Harleys going by and little bits of rap music. Every now and then you'll hear like rap music from a
Passing
bassy.
car, right?
And do you create that stuff?
I often do, yeah. I enjoy doing some of those little tiny aspects of the show, like the lawyer, the law firm's elevator chimes.
Yes.
And phone rings. I don't think I've done any phone rings on this show, but I did a lot of them in Breaking Bad.
Right.
And Tuco's grandmother's soap opera.
Oh, that's her
score.
telenovela yes.
in episode 2.
Hell yeah, that's right. That must be fun doing
Yeah,
that
they're
kind of
just
stuff.
fun diversions from.
Fun to cheese it up sometimes.
Exactly, yeah.
That's cool. I love in particular the Hamlin McGill elevator you came up with it. How does it go? I can't remember.
I wouldn't dare sing it.
Oh, okay.
See,
We own it.
Pam.
You own it though. Anyway, it's great. That'd be a good like a phone tone or something. What do you call it? Ringtone.
Beating yourself up like this.
I love what Adam does in this scene. Because it's so simple, and it's just between the two of them, and we're about to jump the line.
I'm sorry.
here.
I love that profile right there. For whatever reason, it reminds me of every
no,
uncle
we've jumped the line.
I ever had that with the pants pulled up and the work shoes.
Metal chairs.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But now once she's turned on here we've changed the line. We've jumped the line. Just
Well,
a
this will be the
small
second
change,
time.
but
And Adam was looking to do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Jump the line on
Yeah.
purpose. Jumping the line
I mean,
meaning usually you stay on if Jonathan here is looking frame right and Stacy's looking frame left, then suddenly you jump the line and everything's reversed. He's looking left and she's looking right. Usually you try to avoid that, but it sounds like Adam was doing that on purpose here.
See you around.
Do you know why? Do you remember?
I think it's just to mark that it's a very small change. There's a lot of very subtle changes in this episode, but
I love this.
there's a shift in your perspective there, and it matches her shift in perspective on how she's looking at him.
Adam's an artist. He's great.
Who's the guy that played the cab driver here?
His name is Eric Martinez.
Eric Martinez. He's in another show too, and this guy's good.
He did a nice job.
But he is good.
Yeah.
Where to?
And
Francisco.
this out the window there doesn't exist. It was just green screen. It was shot. Was this shot on stage?
Actually, it was shot at a green screen outside of the Philadelphia where the cops get shot. We just put up a green screen there.
Just because of just the vagaries of film scheduling, and then beautiful background. Oh, and there's some more good Cat Bardot work there.
Mm-hmm.
That looks nasty.
And Joe. Look
Yeah.
at Joe.
Great.
Joe did a great job here.
Now, I'll tell you, my fragile ego and my vanity, I had just eaten a lot at lunch, and I saw that shot, and I thought, boy, you look out of shape. Jesus, dog.
Got a cone you can put around your neck. It's about the same, right?
Joe, it turns out, is also very good friends with Bill Burr, so he was very excited when he got this gig.
Joe DeRosa.
Yeah, so he was like, yeah, Bill told me everyone was great. So Bill Burr back, one of
Because Joe is also, like Bill, is also a stand-up
Comedian, yeah.
comedian, and he is so good here. He reminds me. He's got a little Paul Giamatti vibe to him here. And yet another actor I have not met, but he did a wonderful job. I love the way you do this thing. I love the way you take a second, then you grab the pills with close your fist around them. I like that. I always like that.
Sticking around.
This is a real Tony. This is a real veterinary.
Yeah, it's a real veterinary clinic, which is not far from the studio at all. And some of those dogs were actually our crew member dogs at the beginning.
Oh.
I am not looking for that kind of work. But
Nicely. The pain, you keep the pain alive throughout all this.
well,
too,
I
which is
try.
good.
Sometimes I forgot, but I try.
That's such a great
I
transition.
love that transition.
Oh, and this kid, what is this guy's name?
This young man's name
I can never pronounce it.
Yes, Omid Abtahi, I believe.
Omid Abtahi, and he's a wonderful actor. And of course, there's Barry Shabaka Henley here, who's just sat down. I love him. I had the pleasure of working with him. I wrote one episode of Michael Mann's TV series Robbery Homicide Division for CBS way back when, and I got to go to a shooting range with Barry and shoot guns with him all day long before the episode.
Gentle soul.
Gentle guy, wonderful actor.
Gentle soul.
One of Michael Mann's favorite actors. Wonderful actor. Great guy. I have not met Omid, unfortunately.
No, you'll like him. There's not a dud in that crowd, anybody you've seen.
Great guys.
And I don't throw that away lightly. It's true. These are good guys and good actors.
James McGill, here to see my client.
The gentleman who played the APD liaison here did a good job too. He's got a great look.
Mm-hmm. I love Jimmy in that Matlock suit.
I know he looks good in it, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Wrong show, but thanks for playing.
I kind of wanted him in Seersucker. And
Love
Would have looked good in
Seersucker.
that too.
That's Washington D.C.
And the trouble though with Seersucker is it strobes. It has this moire
Yes,
effect.
it will definitely moire.
And I think that's why in the original Matlock he didn't. People think he wore Seersucker, but I don't think he did because those tight stripes they get this weird vibrating look on your TV.
Are you
set.
sure he didn't?
We
looked, yeah,
We
yeah.
looked, yeah. Believe it or not, you think of Matlock and Seersucker, but it would have caused camera problems. It's weird, all the minutia that goes into this job. So, Tony, did you build this? Is this a set here?
Oh, yes, the interior of this is a set. The exterior hallway is at our courthouse location on another floor that has it was renovated at a different time, so it has a different look to it. And this, the entrance into it is actually into this very tight corner, and the view that you're seeing when you look back at the door doesn't exist at the location.
Oh. Interesting. I love this scene too.
This scene, convincing him to dump the coffee is, Mike's rolling the dice here, pal.
Because that's what you're doing here, right? Huh?
I love your line here, Gordon. Juan Valdez bump and dump.
Yes.
I love you guys in this. You guys are so damn good. And this episode is so tremendous, but it is so, and it is so dark and tragic and emotional. And this scene is like a breath of fresh air with the humor of it and the lightness of it, relative lightness.
Yes. That's what I'm going to do, and you're going to be happy as hell that I'm here.
Hey, Jonathan, I got a question for you. When we're first introduced to you, Mike is coming to us in Breaking Bad through a Saul connection. Saul is the one that calls. But in Breaking Bad, I don't remember you guys ever really having much to do with each other, right?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Did
I
you?
mean, I would sit in the office, and one of the last scenes we had together is "Don't make me beat you till your legs don't work."
Right.
Yeah, okay, I apologize. But in this show, you guys are really, really connected, way more, I guess.
But Mike's stoic. Mike keeps his mouth shut, so it filters right into the Breaking Bad years, where he sits and he witnesses.
Nothing about my client here, all right? Start at the beginning. Jesus, seriously? Look, don't let Mr. Ehrmantraut's dancing eyes and bubbly...
We're finding out a lot of Mike's backstory here, but the way that you wrote it, Gordon, is we really find it out. It's Jimmy who kind of he's sort of the way that we experience this.
Yeah, we had a lot of, we worked through sort of what we wanted the story to be, in a lot of detail in the room, but then figuring out how to make it so that it wasn't just exposition after exposition was kind of tricky. So I think one of the keys here was making it so that this was a story about Jimmy learning something about Mike through the process of this back and forth. So that was helpful for us when we kind of figured out that was what the point of the scenes were, or the reason to have him there.
And one of the things that we've been talking about throughout this series is how much empathy you have for Jimmy and how much he cares about people. I personally never thought that Saul Goodman would be that caring, but
and he might not be.
Yeah,
he's a different guy. In fact,
this is one of those scenes where you see on his face how much he cares that Mike lost his son.
It's wonderfully played. It's subtle. It's not one of those, he'd take you by the hand. Oh, I'm so sorry. Look deep in your eyes. It's subtle, but it's there. I agree completely, Kelley. I love the way Bob plays that empathy there for Mike's story. But then goes on with his job because he's here to do a job.
These two scenes, especially the one before this and this one, there's so much going on. There's a lot of, just like you guys said, exposition, but we're also seeing the emotion of these two guys and how Jonathan plays, this emotion of his son and how he's very stoic, you said, and how Jimmy, gives us, more about that. It lets us experience all the complexities of this, of the narrative that you guys wrote in very different ways, in addition to getting the plot points down as well. And then also finding out, what Jimmy is going to do as far as what Mike has tasked him with. The only reason why he's here.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely lighting here, by the way, by Arthur Albert.
Yeah, I love what Barry was giving me here too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you, when did you come out here to Albuquerque? It couldn't have been.
And this guy's kind of playing with it here. He's acting all casual, and character-wise, he's acting all, and the actor's doing such a great job acting all casual, but he's really trying to tighten the noose around you here. But Mike's way too smart for that.
It also might be, appropriate. Here we are at an age in television too, where when I started in the 70s out in L.A., you could pretty much profile people. They were white. There were a few black actors. Now, a young man is Iranian. You have actors from Carrie's from Ireland, but Michael Mando, I think, is he's
Quebecois.
Canadian.
I think he's French Canadian.
French
isn't he?
Canadian.
And I just love it that it's all
Look
changed.
at it. I gotta say,
sorry.
no, you're right. But I want him to see you really grabbed that thing right there.
Yeah, I did.
And it took me 5 or 6 times watching it with Kelley in the editing room for me to see it. You did such a good job.
Sign of a misspent youth.
I love how that plays in a wonder because it all happens. You see Bob Odenkirk's thought process. Should I spill it? Should I not? Boom. I surprised myself by spilling it. Then you come up, you grab that thing beautifully. You're like the Artful Dodger.
Yeah, I just want to go back to my thought too. I mean, these are all full-on, wonderful actors. And when I say Iranian heritage, I mean, it's just stuff. There are things happening now on television that maybe it's slow for some people, but that you would have never seen 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That I love. It's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
And I got to say, too, in addition to that, Vince, applauding you and the team, for considering actors of other descents and stuff like that.
Oh.
We had a huge amount on Breaking Bad, especially, and, it's good.
That's the way the world looks.
Yeah.
Good thing to represent the world. I love this scene. I love you two in this scene. You two are so great together. You and Bob are so great together.
Yep.
Yep. I love that. I love the pause before the yep. I love Arthur's not afraid to shoot into the sun. We're not afraid of solar flares. I love that.
Well, the other
sun
thing,
flares, whatever you call them.
The other thing too is that Jonathan, Mike, he's basically telling Mike what he already knows.
Yeah.
He's like, what took you so long?
Exactly. I talk about this notepad here because that was between you, Gordon, and the prop department.
Yeah, we also had an assist from our script coordinator, Micah Craddy, who worked up some of the text, and we kind of went back and forth, and then we got the text to our props team, and I think Jason on the props team actually does the handwriting on it, because he's also a master. He does some of Jimmy's handwriting later. He does a lot of handwork.
And beautiful music here by Mr. Porter. You want to talk about that? That cue that just went by?
Yeah, there's not much score in this episode, but some important moments when we do get there, and actually this is some of the closest music I think that we did this season to some of the things we used to do in Breaking Bad for obvious reasons. So.
Kind of funereal, almost sad, somber, beautiful, very delicate. What was that? Is that all done on a? How do you do? Is that all done on a keyboard, or is it?
Yeah, it's a lot of computer and synthesizer stuff, and probably some actual electromagnetic keyboards, like an electric piano.
Wow. Okay.
So I used a lot in the score on this show.
You two are so powerful here, Jonathan, and you got away with. You were so good here, and in the moment, you added a goddamn coming up here, and God bless AMC, they couldn't say no to it because it was so powerful.
Because I didn't really mean to do it. It's just you got going, and
it was right.
It was just right for the moment.
Yeah.
It's me. Why didn't you come to me?
I couldn't. I knew what it would do to you. First he's murdered, and then for you to think it would burn you to the ground. There'd be nothing left. And you wouldn't talk.
Is this the same house inside and out with the same backyard?
Yes, it is.
We're looking at
The same front yard. Yeah, it's all one location. And that's really due to Adam Bernstein, who came in slightly early on this episode while we were doing another, and kind of helped us figure this out because it was going to be over several episodes.
Wow.
What difference would it make if he was anything?
But I think you had to make the house look a fair bit less nice, because this is a nice house with nice folks living in it. And
Exactly.
Who are very
it has a
and
kind of mid-century vibe, a little mid-century vibe inside. But they did a nice job of making it feel down.
Yes.
Libby Green and David Benvenides did an excellent job.
Libby and David do wonderful work.
There's that praise.
Well, you get scary there. It's just because you're talking about a very extraordinarily sore spot there. I love this shot.
Yeah,
Don't use a lot of crane on this show, but when we do it,
this is
that's a
good,
great
guys.
shot.
That was just a good shot.
Beautiful segue.
Great transition.
Great transition. And talk about, now we're in Philadelphia.
I want to give credit to Gordon, though. He wrote this transition in there, and we were kind of confused about how it was going to actually happen. And we thought it was going to be, thought we were going to have some visual effects work, but I don't think there is any.
It's just a cut.
It's probably there's a little bit of a dissolve in there as well.
Okay, gotcha.
I got to tell you how much I loved, I don't know what else, just viscerally getting back east.
Yeah.
This is where I grew up, for Christ's sakes. And I don't know what that was, but I so much enjoyed this right here.
I love it too. People could be forgiven for thinking we really are in Philadelphia. This is Albuquerque, just like the rest of the show. There's all this fake snow that Werner Hanlon and his crew gave us. And talk about the work you guys had to do, Tony, here.
The street itself, actually, two sides of the street were great looking for Philadelphia. We had to dress one whole side of businesses and change all the signage out and all the lighting, which you saw Mike just walk in front of.
Right.
But there was also a big movie theater that has it's like Southwest deco that we had to avoid in some of the shooting.
Was that the chemo? Is that
Yeah,
is this Central Avenue? Is that
yeah.
Now, I really did get that on one shot. I did the whole thing and got it after learning how to do that slip knot.
Kids do not do this at home. That's not.
I have a question. That music that was in the background, because there was a club that was just pouring out music.
No, that's
while we
added
were
in. That's
doing
Credence.
Is that what that
Yeah,
was?
but no, our sound crew, Phil and his guys, on-set sound guys, do a great job of, because, real life intrudes, but they did a great job of recording nice, clean sound. And then this is 38 Special in here, and I love the way Nick and our mixers did such a great job of making us feel like we're inside Mike's head here. It's just kind of this weirdly disturbing feeling.
Also, the quality of the light and the color of the light that Arthur's using here is just, it's kind of sickly. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
This is Two Fools on Central, I think, in Albuquerque.
Good
Which
bar.
is, it's a great looking bar. It's a little pristine for what we wanted, but they did such a nice job shooting it. You really can't tell.
Now, kids, I will
How
tell you
shiny it
something
is.
here, that these two actors, not only they good, but you kind of look at actors on a screen and you go, those are actors, da 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 da, and you forget about how much life is lived in outside of the world of theater and film. It's not my place to give it away, but suffice to say, without being coy about it, there's a lot of life lived with those two guys right there as human beings.
These guys are great.
And come out the other end in dramatic fashion to be good people.
Billy Malone and Lane Garrison are those two actors. Finsky and Hoffman, they do a great job. And our mixers, Kevin and Larry, I wanted to say.
Look at
along
that
with,
shot.
did
Shot
such
is
a
so
great
great.
job with that scene. Yeah, this shot's great.
I love that shot. I want to drink there. I want to go there now.
Great place to get a drink if you're in Albuquerque. Again, be nice.
Don't throw a pizza on the roof.
Spend plenty of money, but really nice bar.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I love this bartender, too. I love this guy. He did a great job. This is Steve Mocati, if I'm pronouncing his name right.
He looks like an ex-cop who owns a
He
boy.
does. He does. Great casting. Great casting, as always. But all the great casting in this episode by Bialy Thomas and by Akira Arai.
Take care.
You play a great... Now, were you really drunk here?
Yes.
Are you really drunk now?
You laugh about that. I remember back in Coming Home, which I was pretty much cut out of, but it was...
You were in Coming Home?
Well, he just
like
told
I
you.
said, pretty much cut out of it. But Hal Ashby, I play a drunk Marine he finds at the airport and brings him home. And Ashby put a case of beer on the stage.
God bless the 70s.
Well,
huh?
Ashby did a whole lot of that kind of thing, too.
Did like a foot-long rail of Coke, and then...
I really liked him. Honest to God, I never saw the Coke, but I certainly saw the alcohol.
I love. You are so good here, my friend.
I'm walking.
I'm walking. You and Billy and Lane here in this
look at
sequence.
that set, though. Look at
Great
it, man.
snow. What is this
Yeah.
snow made of? Do you guys remember?
No idea.
Because it was
Paper.
way.
No.
It's paper.
It's a huge.
Is it
Oh,
paper?
that we should talk. Well, here I shouldn't talk, but it's a huge truck that comes and they blow it out and do it, and then they have a vacuum cleaner that's just as big that picks it all up.
Yeah, it's
Because
shredded
believe me, it's
paper.
way too hot out here for it to
Are
be
you
real
serious? This is
snow.
really paper?
But they not only-
they
How
also
do you make it
build
look
these,
wet?
They put water on top of it, but they build
But it's
these
special
mounds out
Hollywood
of
water
cotton
that costs
first,
Oh, okay.
and
$5,000
the
a
stuff
gallon.
goes on top of it.
Neat.
And we wanted to make sure that it looked, snow sometimes looks too
Yeah.
clean because
Right.
when you've actually shoveled it and it's
Right.
sort of late
And it's
spring.
on the street. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really filthy most of the time when you
Talk
see
about
snow in a
attention to
city.
detail. See that sign up there in that shot that just went by? It has clipped corners because that's an Albuquerque signage thing, and our digital guys fixed the clipped corners to make it look like it wasn't Albuquerque.
But now we're on the soundstage, right?
Yeah,
Right, now
all
you're
of
in
the
the
backgrounds
soundstage.
are not. They're added in by Bill Pulowski
And the reflections going in front of Mike's face there, added
There's-
in.
Yeah, there's no window there at all.
Wow,
So there's
astounding! It looks
a
so real.
fake window and fake reflections.
Really good.
Really well done. This is Billy, right? The big cop is
Yes.
Billy. He did great. But Billy and Lane, both these guys are great.
And you killed him for nothing.
You are so good here.
Killed him because
I'm saying that because I know you're a shy, retiring type. And you're not
I
going to
am.
brag on yourself.
I am.
You are so goddamn good here. Seriously, all this stuff coming up.
And you staged it. Man,
Also the lighting. Look how subtle the lighting is.
I think it was great.
Just the movement is so good.
With a scene like this, Jonathan, all joking aside, do you want to get it? You want to get it on the first take, or do you want to work up to it, or do you feel like I'm fresh on the first take, or I got to build up to it, or how does that work usually?
I'll tell you, Gordon gave me something here where the dialogue is good enough that it's easy to get to that place. It's not easy to get. Well, maybe it is easy to get to that place. Yeah, I'll use the word easy. That you killed my son, and that is the essence, and that makes it easy to go to.
Conversely, is it hard to not go too big with that thought in your mind?
Well,
You killed my son?
I've spent a whole career trying to do less.
Gotcha.
I really have.
Yeah.
And
help me get him out of the car.
I feel like it served me well.
Well, it has, absolutely, because I could think the pitfall could be having that thought in your head, you killed my son, and then I love this bit here. It's where he had that gun hidden. Beautifully played, my friend. And that's a fake background, too. That was a green screen shot, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Again,
There's a lot of stuff that we needed to do, just both for a ton of reasons, especially because we also had some lightning delays for this episode, so we had to move some things around where we were shooting them. So
lightning delay meaning there's a meter on the set, an electrical meter. It's got a needle on it or a light or a buzzer or something. And if lightning hits anywhere within 6 miles, you got to shut down production.
right,
You got to go hide.
you gotta make the crews basically make it safe when we're outside, so that we have all these rigs with lights
Yeah.
on them that are great lightning rods. So.
And I'd say that like it's a good thing. Obviously safety is paramount. But oh man, I love this.
And I love that shot.
It was great, Adam. Great reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did one of your patented Kelley Dixon shots here, making the hit look even more violent.
I will say that I can't really call it patented. I learned that.
You didn't invent the jump cut?
I learned that, and please, that's a trade secret. Thank you very much. No, I learned that from the great Lynn Willingham.
Yeah, she is great. This guy plays shot in the throat great. And I love this bit. This is not in the script, right? Was this you, Jonathan?
This is me.
Putting your foot on his heel there. That's great. And I think that was an added-in muzzle flash and puff of smoke, digitally added in.
Yeah, I will tell you, when we shot this, and walking away into the darkness after this, you know, you talk about a staircase entrance. This is a staircase exit.
Yeah.
And I truly enjoyed this.
That's great.
The
drips
love
of
the
water.
drips, yeah.
Yeah, talk about that.
I mean, actually, it just so happened that we were, because of it's monsoon season when we were shooting this in Albuquerque, so we had a storm had just passed, and we were hoping we could get it done so that we didn't wash away all that snow. And it
That's
just
quite a
plays
shot.
like melt off, but
That's quite
we should point out too that, you know, very specifically did not use any music in any of that.
Talk about that. Talk about not sometimes it's better not to, huh?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we were all very much of the same mind that the performances were so strong and
Nice.
the intention so clear that it wasn't necessary.
And Kelley, starting the monologue out in the car is great.
That was Kelly's idea all the way. It was not written that way. Beautiful. It's almost like go ahead.
Now, I was going to say now, you know, gang out there, audience, you know, I spend my life being a smart ass, and I ain't going to change at this age. And I hear the younger actors talking about the level of nerves that they approach coming in to call Saul with. Now, I've been given this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful monologue. And I got to tell you, I thought, motherfucker, you better get in there, and if you're ever going to deliver, you deliver. And now, my level of nerves going into it, wanting it to be so good, I'm human in that sense. I wanted to be so prepared for this. I wanted it because it deserves that. Mike deserves this.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Mike deserves this. So Jonathan Banks had to bring it for Mike.
Jonathan, can I ask you, I don't know how soon you got this script and how soon you had to, what the time factor was, but what is your process on preparing for something like this?
I don't think you can ever know your lines well enough, Kelley.
Okay.
I don't think you can ever know your lines well enough. Now, all that being said, you know, I'll be doing Mike's backstory till the day I die. I'm never going to be satisfied with it. Oh, nor am I ever really, in all honesty, ever going to be satisfied with the performance. But I don't want to get in my own way to get to the point where if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
All right.
And, yeah, I mean, I'll probably watch this one or two more times before I die. I'm serious.
Seriously, you watch this every night of your life. This is so. No, I mean, I'm serious, man. I'm not just blowing smoke. This is as good as it gets anywhere.
You brought it, sir.
This is
what I think is fantastic here, and it was so evident on the day. It was just that you found nice small turning points, because it's a lot of words, and so finding those small inflections of where intention and where he's, emotional state is turning a little bit. It's like little bits like that are just so great. It's so subtle. It's just
not
tiny,
one bit more
tiny
emotion. It's all the emotion is there, but you're keeping it down as much as you can, because otherwise you just burst into tears, and it's beautiful.
My boy was stubborn. My boy was strong. And he was gonna get himself killed.
The other thing that, I will say also about this is that, if you watch I can't remember exactly how many different setups there were, but obviously if I sat there and counted, we're talking maybe 5 or 6 different setups on Jonathan and several takes within that. So it's not that you just did it one time. You were having to keep this going for, many hours.
Well, I'll say this, Kelley, I mean, there were times when I would rehearse it that I would start crying. And because it's so real. And, oh, God, I hate that. And that makes me cry right now.
Yeah.
I broke my boy.
Yeah.
And that was, you said it wasn't scripted, Gordon, like that, right?
It's scripted. My boy is not there. No.
That's great. It's a great time.
It works.
And Adam and I have worked together enough that Adam would look at me and he'd shrug his shoulders like, is that good for you? Is that what we're doing? I feel like I'm in such safe hands when I'm working with Adam.
Adam's the best. Kelley, I got to tell you, I thought we should play this whole scene on Carrie, and you talking me out of it I think was the right choice now.
You know, I want to put it out there as well. I got to tell you, Jonathan, I'm getting calls and texts from editor friends of mine who are saying, why did you ever cut away from Jonathan? and you know,
Carrie's wonderful too.
Yeah.
And by the way,
I got to tell you,
she's doing a great job
I got to
here.
tell you, the Carrie's wonderful. And it's a wonderful scene. Sometime in the future, but the prime example of that is Robert Shaw in Jaws.
Yeah.
When he sits there and talks about the Indianapolis and the sharks in the water. Here you have this huge adventure movie, and they let the camera rest, and Shaw tells his story.
Yeah.
I think it's a great lesson just to let the camera rest.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more. There's and that's our philosophy, isn't it, Kelley? Don't cut unless there's a reason to cut.
Well, yeah,
Typically.
I agree, but I will, in defense of me at this point, I will say that there were so many we talked about it a little before, there's so many wonderful nuances that Jonathan has worked into several different takes of this. And I was like, you know, the other thing that you always say, Vince, is don't rob me of any riches.
Which,
so I want to get all the riches.
Alan Pakula's quote, not mine. But yes, I do use it a lot. And I don't want to be robbed of any riches.
So it's, you know, I mean, I think it's responsible of us to keep Stacy alive in this scene as well.
Well, Kelley, you did a great job. Yeah. No, I didn't mean it that
it really
way
is
at all.
It really is all you, Jonathan, and you did such a wonderful thing, but I also wanted to get all of your wonderfulness.
But look at her through this whole thing. I mean, she's
the eyes of the audience.
Yeah.
And she's wonderful. And but my friend, I would watch this if I were you every day for the rest of my life.
No, two more times for a day.
That's
it.
No.
That's it.
And we have more of Dave Porter's wonderful music here at the end.
I think that everybody was this episode sort of came. It's a very different episode for us, and I think people were a little surprised by it and just so thankful. They really wanted this story. For a long time, they wanted this story.
Absolutely. Well, great job, everybody. Great job. And Gordon, his first episode of television ever.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.